Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there and tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground is where I spent most of my days, chilling out, maxing, relaxing on, cooling on, shooting some b-ball outside of school, where a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." I whistled for a cab, and when it came near, the license plate said Fresh had a dice in the mirror. If there anything I could say what this cab was wearing, I thought, nah, forget it. Your home's to Bel Air. I pulled up to a house about 7 or 8, and I yelled to the cabbie, "Your home, smell you later." Look in my kingdom, I was finally there, sit on my throne as the Prince of Bel Air. Sorry for saying the theme song of this TV show, but you know what this is. We have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 anniversaries today. Starting with this one. Today has been 35 years since the Fresh Prince of Bel Air premiered on NBC. As we all know, before he started working on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Will Smith was a rapper, one half of the legendary hip-hop duo DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, along with DJ Jazzy Jeff. They released 3 albums in 1987, 1988, and 1989. Will Smith was nearly bankrupt around the early 90s until he has signed a contract with NBC to build his own television sitcom around him. Their first 3 albums, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, rocked the house, He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper, and In This Corner. Will Smith was nearly bankrupt in the early 90s until NBC signed him to a contract to build his own TV show around him, which was The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. While he was working on The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Will has set up a goal to become the biggest actor in the world, and that's exactly what he did. The Fresh Prince of Bel Air was a success, running for 6 seasons and 148 episodes. From September 10th, 1990 to May 20th, 1996. Wow. Despite that I was not born yet when Fresh Prince premiered 35 years ago, I still grew up watching the hell out of this show just like all of you. And the sitcom still holds up 35 years later. The Fresh Prince of Bel Air was started Will's acting career. He played a fictional version of himself, a street-smart teenager born and raised in Philly, West Philly that is. But he moved in with his Auntie Vivian and Uncle Phil in LA, in Bel Air. You all know who the casts are. We have Will Smith as himself, the late James Avery as Uncle Phil. First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. Janet Harper Whitten as the dark-skinned Aunt Vivian in the first 3 seasons. Daphne Maxwell Reid, the wife of Tim Reid, who played Ray on Sister Sister, as the light-skinned Aunt Vivian during the last 3 seasons. Alfonso Ribeiro as Carlton. Tatiana Ali as Ashley. Karen Parsons as Hillary. Joe Marcel as Jeffrey the Butler. DJ Jazzy Jeff as himself / Jazz. And Ross Begley, who played Buckwheat on The Little Rascals, as Little Nicky. Of course, the theme song was written and performed by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Oh man, 35 years since the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air premiered. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air still airs reruns, I believe, on MTV2 and VH1. And of course, it's streaming on HBO Max. And of course, the entire series is released on DVD. And of course, they made a reboot titled Bel-Air, which is streaming on Peacock. Ah, man. 35 years since the show came out. And it still holds up 35 years later. It's definitely a top 3 black sitcom of the 90s. It's my number 3 black sitcom of the 90s. Wow. So that's the first anniversary. This is the second one. Somebody left a comment saying, should I talk about the Disney Afternoon block that was launched the same day the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air premiered? Well, here you go. Today also has been 35 years since the Disney Afternoon was launched. The block ran from September 10th, 1990 until August 29th, 1997. It pretty much had shows such as The Adventures of Gummy Bears, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, Tailspin, Chip and Dale, Goof Troop, Bonkers, Aladdin, Gargoyles, Timon and Pumbaa, Quack Pack, The Mighty Ducks, The Little Mermaid, The Legend of Tarzan, and The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. They all aired either on Disney Channel, CBS, ABC, and UPN. Goof Troop was the only show to reach the 2000s with a 2000 direct-to-video finale, which was an extremely goofy movie. Of course, DuckTales had a reboot in 2017. So, happy 35th anniversary to the Disney Afternoon. Now this anniversary. Today's been 30 years since the UPN Kids block first launched on UPN. The day after Kids WB first launched, and the day after the PlayStation was released here in North America. UPN Kids was the first children's television programming block that aired on UPN before Disney's 1-2. It lasted from Sunday, September 10th, 1995 until September 5th, 1999. The block aired Sunday through Friday, or only aired on Sundays. It aired for 1 hour from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then extended to 2 hours from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The shows they had on the block were the animated version of Jumanji, The Incredible Hulk, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, X-Men the Animated Series. Not only did they aired cartoons, they also aired live action on this block. Sweet Valley High was one of them when they aired the 4th and final season. Big Bad Beetleborgs was on this block. Breaker High, Space Strikers, The Buryu of Alien Dictators, The Mouse and the Monster. On Labor Day of 1999, September 6, UPN Kids was replaced by Disney's 1-2. The same day, PTV was rebranded as PBS Kids. I really miss UPN Kids. I really do. I miss UPN in general. Next year will be 20 years since UPN and the WB merged into the CW. Can you believe that? It's been 30 years since both channels first launched, UPN and the WB. And it's been 19 years since they both got shut down. Before UPN got shut down, it was the first broadcast network to not air children's programming since 2003. But happy 30th anniversary to the UPN Kids block. And last but not least, today has been 20 years since Naruto was introduced to us here in the United States on Cartoon Network, part of Toonami. I didn't start watching Naruto until January of 2007, a month after I got the first Naruto Clash of Ninja game for the GameCube back in Christmas of 2006. So the first time I watched Naruto, it was a school day and school was canceled. So I looked at Cartoon Network schedule on the Comcast guide back when I used to have cable. And I looked it up, I said, what's Naruto? Is Naruto based on the video game that I have for the GameCube? And I looked it up and it was. And I've been a fan of Naruto since. I've been a fan of Naruto since 2007 or 2006 when I got the Naruto Clash of Ninja game for Christmas that year. Naruto lasted on Cartoon Network until December of 2009. And as of now, the show is still airing on Toonami on Adult Swim every Saturday night. Wow. But when Cartoon Network aired Naruto, you know they cut out everything. All the blood, the sexy jutsu, all that shit. They didn't show the uncut version of Naruto until 2012 when they brought back Toonami. And they still air Naruto uncut because it's on Adult Swim. But I've been a fan of Naruto since 2007. Even though it's been 20 years since it aired on Cartoon Network, I didn't start watching the show until nearly 2 years later. So that wraps up my rant on the anniversary celebrating 35 years of the Disney Afternoon block and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air premiering on NBC. 30 years of the UPN Kids block first launching, and 20 years of Naruto premiering on Cartoon Network. What do you guys think about these programming blocks and TV shows looking back 20 to 35 years later? Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for my next anniversary rant, and I'll catch you tomorrow celebrating 25 years of 106 in Park premiered on BET, and reminiscing 25 years of a tag team no disqualification match between The Rock and The Undertaker versus Kane and Chris Benoit from the 9/11 2000 edition of Raw is War. Until then, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. No more talk.